No, wait. It's easily twisted. You
Thumbs up.
know what I mean, baby.
Sorry about the glare behind us.
Yeah, that'll make it a little better, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. It's okay. I'm hiking. What's up, y'all? What's going on?
Wait a little bit of people come on. So what's up?
Really?
Welcome back to Black Graffiti. Nerd.
Wow. I don't know why he's so hot today.
I'm always hype.
You know.
Always be hype.
So we have a little situation. We're not gonna be able to wait too long before we start because time is of the essence today. Too much to do, too much to get to. But have a topic and kind of want to know what you would do in this situation,
What's up,
or if
Andrew?
you've been in this type of situation. What's up? So, if you are in a group of people, the group of people are your friends or whatever, associates, whatever, right? You have individuals that are married. You have individuals that are just together, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it is, right? You occasionally get together a couple times a year for parties, whatever it is. And getting down to it, you have a situation where one of the girls that are in one of the relationships always brushes up on all of the men that are in the group in total. So whether it is being extra flirty, whether it is, and most of the time in those cases is because just drinking involved. So they feel that whatever they feel when they drink, that's just how they are. They just become extremely super nice, right? But they brushing up against all the dudes, whether you're at the house, whether y'all at the club. It's always some type of brushing up on somebody else's woman. What would you do in that situation? If your dude was sitting down, you guys are all chilling and stuff like that, and let's say this woman has a nice bigger behind, right? And the nicest way for me to put it, that's the nice way for me to put it. And let's say your guy's sitting down and then she gets up and she's moving around, but of course there's enough room for her to get by. But instead of her doing that, she brushes her butt up against your guy on purpose and then comes back and does like the little shoulder thing and oh you're the best and doing all this sloppy, tipsy slash drunk shit and just doing little extra stuff like that, like touchy feely type of stuff as a female. What would you do, or vice versa as a guy if you had somebody in your clique that supposedly did that when they were overly drunk or tipsy or whatever, and they just did that to all of the women? Like, how would you handle that situation?
You just did this little massage. You just did that example. And it felt good for like the 2 seconds since you just did that. I'm just throwing that out there. It felt good for like the
Okay,
But anyway,
get
so
to it.
you know, and we were talking about this earlier with my boy Eric Bell is us as men, they say that she said that us as men, we don't address it head on right then and there. We don't address it.
Well, that's not necessarily what I was saying. The way that you got, what I was saying is
how we
the
handle
way
it
that you handle it
is
is
we
not,
just take ourselves out of the situation.
and you can never take yourself out of situation when it comes to a woman. A lot of women will keep going. If you try to ignore the situation and just say, you know what, I'm ignoring. Or if you say, okay, plan B, I'm just gonna make sure I'm not around that individual as much. So if we all together, I'm just gonna make sure anytime they kind of get somewhat close, I'm gonna just kind of go the opposite direction or vice versa, whatever. Like sometimes that's not the best way to go. You have to, and I don't, it's up to each individual because everybody's different. I get that. But to me, like, I feel like you should say something. If it's not the first time, I understand because you kind of want to see, okay, maybe that was an accident. I don't want to say something, but if it happens 2, 3 times, okay, how much of an accident can it be when it's 2, 3, 4, 5 times? You get what I'm saying? So it's all about the situation and how you would handle it. Like, are you going to just kind of try to ignore it? That's not going to work for a lot of women because a lot of women are like, oh, you're ignoring it. So, I mean, what that mean? Until you verbally diss a woman, and women do not like to get dissed because women don't get dissed a lot. Men do. Men get turned down. We don't get turned down a lot because we are not. Now, it is some women that are a lot aggressive, more aggressive now, but um I just feel like it's a different way you should handle it.
I understand that, and what we were saying is, it's not that we won't handle it, but we won't handle it in the way that you would like us to handle it. So put it like this: me, first thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna bring it up to whoever the woman is with, or if it's a dude that's tripping, I bring it to bruh. Like, hey, like say we had
So you gonna do it on the first try, the second attempt? Like, what's your?
both attempts, first and second. I give it two tries. Actually, I give it three tries. The second try, the first two times.
So you want her to keep doing that?
No. I don't want him to keep doing it. The first time, I'm like, all right, this person probably tripping. I brushed it off because some things may be misconstrued different ways. Second time, I'll be like, hey, bro, get who you with. They tripping, or hey, bro, get your man's. Your man's on some stuff. He tripping. I don't want to have to address it. I want you to handle it before I have to address it. Third time, I'm going to address it. But here's the thing: us as men, or most of us, what I do is say if this woman is known of being touchy feely, or she always putting herself in predicaments to where she makes other people feel uncomfortable. It's not that I'm going to alleviate myself from a situation. If she's drunk or whatever, I'm just going to probably be on the other side of the room.
Every time she gets drunk, she does this though.
Right.
Or every time, do they have to be drunk? Tipsy. Or if the person is just like that overall, but it just enhances it, and it gets a little worse when they do drink a little bit more. Like, it's only so much a person can take. As a
Right. When they be
female,
at a
like,
point in time, you want to say something. You're not going to let it keep going on and faster and faster and faster. I'm just saying, right off the bat, when you witness something like that, you want to tell the person who they're with because you want them to handle it, because you don't want to seem us like, oh, so you trying to tell me that my girl wants you, because people do take it wrong.
yeah, that's true.
Like, say you trying to say my girl wants you, so what kind of stuff you want? You want my girl, so you don't want that to come off ill. Like so you're gonna tell them first. Right? No, nobody going.
Okay, right there, because I don't want to be. It's two of them. Because
So
of that light. So that's
you
why I
gonna
was
tell them
doing it that way.
you gonna tell them first, so you don't want them to have the wrong signals mixed. So you're gonna be cool with that. But after that, if they still do it, then you say something to that person.
Who's that person?
The
Just to
woman.
clarify.
The woman. Or
And how you gonna go to the woman and say something where it doesn't come offensive to their husband or their guy or whatever?
Like, chill.
Especially if you're friends with both of them.
So if the chick is always doing this, and first thing you're gonna come off, hey yo, chill. I ain't on that type of stuff. You know, you my man's girl. I got my own. Chill. I understand.
Well, how about, and I get what you're saying, but instead of saying that, just be like, I feel like sometimes you have to be straightforward and be rude. Especially if you've given a person an opportunity like 2, 3, 4 times just to see and felt the situation. Okay, this is who they are because they didn't did it 3 times. I feel like you need to, and you don't even have to like call them out their name, call them a bitch, none of that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, I feel like you should be like, hey, first off, when you tell a female, I don't want you off the gate, females don't like that. Like, even if they know their intentions, like, regardless of whatever it is, females do not like to get turned down. Because that's not something that really happens to us a lot, depending on the female, especially. Like, it does not happen a lot that you get turned down a lot. So just putting out there, like, look, we both have our situations, like you said, both having our situations, but I don't want to, like, period. Nothing. So you get what I'm saying? Like, saying what you said, but
right, but also in that
putting
instance,
that, maybe I'm just.
and it's just because you're just straightforward. But
Well,
and
I
a lot
want
of
them
time,
to get it though.
even if someone says something, like even if like say even if I say something, it's gonna throw them off. It's like, yeah, I wouldn't expect him to say something. Like, bro, chill out. That's our drive. Like, hey, chill out. Really?
Damn, why is that bug so loud?
It's gonna do it again. So
Oh no, they ain't doing it again. No, they ain't doing
but how I put it as is you don't really have to be as you. I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But me, I just handle the situation like, yo, chill out. I ain't rocking with you like that. We ain't even on that type of situation right now. Just chill out, B. Just doing that to a lot of people, they be like, all right, so yeah, he ain't going for that. Now, if like I said, keeps going after that, then it may get to a whole nother level. But just from a guy actually saying something and actually saying, hey, chill out, throws people for a loop. You don't even have to get in it. Just you saying something is something. And that's what I was saying.
Sometimes it don't though. Again, this is being honest. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you have to be like straightforward with the person. You
And
know,
a lot, and sometimes they
I've
may
seen
not
this.
even want you. They just probably just don't get that
It
chemistry.
doesn't matter if they really want you or not. The fact that they keep doing it, that's bullshit. It don't matter. The fact that they keep doing it is a problem, is an
Yeah.
issue. The fact that they keep being so bold is an issue. The fact that they feel like they can get away with it is an issue. The fact that everybody collectively is supposed to be cool and supposed to be vibing together and having a good time is an issue.
But there will
People
be.
need to pick up on each other's significant others, girlfriend, boyfriends, wives, husbands. You need to pick up on that. It's all about respect because if let's say we were in a situation like that, right? And the first time I peeped, so I didn't. Let's say, what's up, Jackson? Let's say I didn't go ahead and say anything the first time, right? But then I see it the second time. Me as a female, right? Either I'm looking to him like, okay, first, are you going to say something? Because I understand it's a sticky situation. Like you said, the guy in the situation can be like, well, what's going on? She ain't never did like this before. You just trying to be low key, down low, blah blah blah. What's up, Randy? It's so funny that you on here, baby. You need to be listening to this, okay? Or this is so funny you on here. Anyway, um, it can come off to her regardless is embarrassing, especially if you don't pull the person aside. But it's just a sticky situation regardless. Like the woman, you know, being me as an example, you would want to say something because you want to nip it in the bud before it gets to be too extreme. You know what I'm saying?
He said,
Like
oh.
that's just kind of what it is. Like you just have to learn how to handle situations, and then you don't want things to become awkward in your friendship or in the group in total. I get that, but if one individual is consistently doing this to other people in the group, it's an issue. So somebody has to say something. Now I do understand if the woman feels kind of because like me, for instance, I'm a person where I have grown, I have developed. So I will not pop off right away because I want to really take the time to look at the situation in its entirety, right? I want to know that, okay, I don't want nobody getting locked up because we're going to get to fighting and stuff. Maybe words can be exchanged and it can be better. But if you kind of know somebody's vibe and know how they are, it makes it even trickier. So, you know, either I can go to the person and be like, hey, look, I peep what you're doing. I'm just letting you know right now, it needs to stop. So if it doesn't stop, one or two things are gonna happen. I'm gonna get so upset that I'm gonna put my hands on you, and that's not really what I want to do, but I will do what I have to do. Number two, you're gonna make it difficult for people to come over and for us all to have a good time together, and that's something that's not gonna happen no more. Or number three, if we get your significant other involved and tell them, how you think it's gonna make them feel? So instead of making this bigger than what it is, how about we just eliminate it? But having the balls to go to that other person, woman to woman, sometimes it's not necessarily that you may not have the courage to go to that woman. It's the fact that your blood is boiling because of it, because you're like, why is this even happening? And if you say the wrong thing instead of taking it for what it is, because I'm saving your face for real. I'm not doing it in front of everybody. I'm pulling you aside so nobody knows, so it can really be eliminated right then and there.
So for the ones who just came in, basically the topic is
Wait, basically, what would you do in a situation? You have a situation where you have a group of friends, individuals, whatever, and guy or girl is doing too much when they get tipsy, when they get drunk, or maybe it's just their personality. They're extremely flirty and they're doing that to every guy in your group or every woman, vice versa. It's too much. You're brushing up against people, you're touching people, you're doing too much. That's basically what it is. How do you handle those different
he's
situations?
just shaking my head.
So
Right, Randy, you know what we're talking about. Now, in another instance, the reason I say this, the reason we say this is because we was talking about it earlier and how we would handle it. Jay was like, as the guy, you should be like, yo, chill out. Or just, straightforward,
because
I
you
don't want you all that, just
no, and that's not what I was saying. Again, You have to evaluate the situation because the first time it can be misinterpreted. Now, if the second and third time, then yes, something needs to be said. Stop keeping it from just because it's going to continue to happen. And if it continues to happen, knowing a woman, knowing how we are emotional creatures, what you expect the woman to do? Just sit there and allow the shit when a fight is probably gonna break off, or that woman's gonna be like, okay, you want to do that? I'm gonna really get under your skin and I'm gonna do something to your significant other where you can see it. No, I'm not gonna be drunk. No, I'm not gonna be tipsy. I'm going to be well aware of my surroundings and I'm gonna do it on purpose so you can see it. That way, number one, I'm putting you out there so everybody's aware. Number two, I'm probably low key gonna embarrass you, but we really could have saved your face if you had to stop this the first time. But you wanted to continue and continue and continue to do it. And not only to one person, but to other people. Like, you really make it really hard. People, period, just have weird intentions and think that they can get away with stuff and disrespect you. And that's not this. That's not what can happen. It's gonna end some way in a bad way if you just don't get the common sense just to say, hey, let me just cut this shit.
Yeah, I mean, some people think they can get away with stuff, but you always got that girl, guy, whatever in each group. You have that person. So a lot of people ignore them. Some people may say something. They may get into it, a lot of people, but you know who you're dealing with.
But
Most people do try to ignore it,
yeah.
or they try to bring it to their friend, and their friend ignores it.
And that makes it harder. But then my other question is, how does the friend, like how does the husband or the boyfriend at the time, how do they not see that that's what their girl is doing?
You probably see it. They probably just don't trip off it because they probably
You're
say
not tripping off
they
it
probably
knowing.
look at it as, you know, she gonna she gonna flirt, but this is still my wife. It ain't gonna go nothing further than that. That's probably what they think.
And that's cool, but that's gonna get your wife's behind beat, or it's gonna bring it to a point where somebody's gonna have to put your wife out there and probably embarrass them, or it's gonna be a conversation to make it awkward for the entire group. So how you take it, if you relax with that and you cool with that, that's cool. But you have to think and be mindful of how that will make other people feel. Because Lord knows if the tables were switched and a woman decided, you know what, okay, I'm gonna do the same thing to you and see how you feel, and start being touchy feely up on your husband or up on your girlfriend, whoever it is, your wife, whatever, it would not rock. They might not even try to be thinking, okay, how can we make this situation better in the most calmest manner? They might just be ready to pop off. But again, you don't really have that right to feel like that because you the one that really started it. Like,
Also, if you had a similar situation where you throw a party, or she throw a party, or whatever, your guy girl throw a party, you have a bunch of friends there, and one of the homeboys is getting at your girl. Don't
low
nobody say
key.
that. Don't nobody say that. That's another
Yes,
situation.
we have had that happen before.
Yeah, I was trying to keep it to where it wasn't.
Nah, that one I had to that one's been years ago.
But how do you say one but don't?
No, because that one really no, because this has happened to me multiple times. Not even just in this relationship, but I would never put nobody's name out there. And if I did, oh well, I'm bold. But this time I won't do that. Luckily, okay. Um, no, because this is the other thing I don't get, like with homeboys
We're
and
trying to
stuff.
get this channel popping.
How do you? This
But
is just
not popping like that. But
no.
we're
This
trying to
is
get the
this
channel.
is this is just being honest. Like, how do you do that? How do you come to your homeboy's crib that his girl decided to throw him a party and nobody says anything? Clearly, your homeboy is gone or having a good time or tipsy or whatever. That's cool. But then somebody purposely keeps trying to come at your girl. That situation could go so many different ways. People could lie and say, "Oh, your girl went for it. Your girl started it." People could say your girl. I mean, you were tipsy. You were drunk. You're not really all aware until the next day. How do you not have your friend's best interest if somebody doesn't step in and say, "Hey, chill out. Do you realize where we're at?" You're putting everybody in a weird situation. Why do people do? Why do y'all do it? The people that do that. Why do you guys do that? Because if it was y'all, y'all wouldn't want that. Y'all wouldn't want that type of energy. It's so toxic. I don't understand. Because one day you're gonna meet somebody that's not really going to try to be mindful of, okay, how can I handle the situation the best way possible where nobody gets arrested, no fights break out. You're going to meet somebody that is just either you're going to catch them on a bad day. They done been through so much shit that day, they do not care. Or that's just who they are. And they just take no disrespect. So since they take no disrespect, they gonna pop off on you. And you're gonna wish you had a really thought about what you did or said before you did it. It's gonna be too late. I don't think people think about that either.
But this is why I go back to, you always have, not always, but you sometimes have that one or two, whatever you want to put it at, in the group. You have that one asshole in the group.
Yeah.
Somebody that you always know that's going to face it, like, come on, bruh. You have that one person that's always the flirt. You got that one person that's always going to be the hoe of the group. You got that one person that's always going to flirt with everyone. I gotta say that. But then you got this one person that's always, I don't know. You just got many type of different people. You just in the group, you just figure out how to deal with these people.
Or you figure out that you are not that type of person and you don't want to surround yourself around those type of people. So eventually the people that are meant to fall off will fall off. Because that's a lot to deal with. Even if we're not talking about a situation where like it hits home for real. If you're going out with your friends and if I'm going out with my girls and it's like 5 of us, including myself, and one of our, one of the girls out the group is like extremely flirty and, you know, we're in a club and she sees the guy that she likes, but she's like, okay, whatever, I don't care. This girl went to the bathroom. You bold like that, you're not just putting yourself in a situation or a predicament. You putting your friends in a predicament to have to save your ass when you're the one that really should be getting stomped out or whatever because you were in the wrong in the beginning. I mean, that's what you see what's going to happen. You saw that he had a girl. His girl went to the bathroom or went wherever, got some drinks, whatever. So he bought himself a good little 5, 10, 15 minutes. And you went for it.
Yeah, people, and that's just society how it is these days. People are going to shoot their shot regardless of the situation. If they see they have any slim short of chance, even if it don't look like they have a chance, they're going to try to shoot their shot.
And you have to be prepared for what happens next.
Right. But I'm just saying, us as men, we just have a different way of handling it. I know sometimes it's not the best route for some of the women, but however, it handles it in the most effective way to where, huh? You said don't?
Depending on how you ignoring the situation does not handle it. It's ignoring it. Women don't give a shit about you ignoring it, especially bold ones. They do not care about you ignoring it. What they care about is what comes out your mouth. I'm not interested. No, I'm good. Not on your best day. Whatever you would say. That's what hits hard for them to feel like you didn't really kind of hurt my pride. You have really embarrassed me. I done made a fool out of myself. What was I thinking? You know what? Let me take 10 seats and go sit my behind down. Ignoring it does not do that, especially for those type of women. Or it does not do it.
It may elevate it to a point, and I don't know if it may happen or may not, to where now for them to be on the defense, they may get loud now.
What do you mean?
Oh, so you trying to talk to me? It can just turn.
They like, try to turn it because they don't want to be embarrassed.
For real? You don't turn it like that. Like I said, it can
either
happen.
Way, you have to try to.
But it doesn't matter if you bring it to them or not. It depends on the situation and how you're going to handle it. Like I said, us men, we think about what's going to happen now, what's the outcome of it in a few days, and then how that's going to affect it long term. Now, some people just handle it right then and there and don't care about the effects. But a lot of guys see it for what it is right now, try to figure out, so how can I handle this to where it be the best outcome to where.
But sometimes, by the time you handle it, it's like when you watch a movie, right? And this happens a lot of times in movies, but it happens in real life too, where let's say you're throwing a house party or whatever, and you and your girl are there. Your girl leaves to go do something. Your ex happens to be there, whoever it is, right? Or the person has been pressing up on you for the last 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever. Or I said movies. I said ex or whoever. It doesn't. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just an example. Gosh, so dramatic. Anyway, and your girl goes to, I don't know, go get a drink, whatever. You happen to be in the wrong spot. You chilling. You not doing nothing. And that girl comes on to you, kisses you. By the time you getting ready to push that girl back or be like, what you doing? What you want? Your girl comes in. But this is my thing with that. If you knew that this person was there, then you should have let your girl know. If you didn't know that the person was there, but your girl knows who this person is, having a conversation prior saying, hey, this is what's going on. When you think that maybe because prior you've ignored her and you're thinking, okay, I've ignored her. We ain't seen each other in a month. This should be good. She didn't call me. She didn't text me, whatever. She didn't hit me up on Facebook and Messenger. I haven't said nothing to her. It should be good. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes they're just waiting to see you face to face after that. So not telling your girl like what's going on, that can end up hurting you. When you didn't do nothing at all, but you made the wrong decision, because a lot of guys just want to try to figure out what's the mildest way to do it. And I get that, but sometimes you have to let your girl know. And I know you don't want to because you think your girl gonna pop off and stuff, but sometimes things have to be allowed to happen. Or you have enough time to get your girl to calm down because you have to let them realize, like, look at these messages. I'm not commenting. I'm not saying nothing. If I am, this is what I'm saying to her. So then when the situation happens, the girl comes in like, oh, I know you weren't doing nothing. That's her. Versus, what are y'all doing? Now you pissed at the girl for coming on to you, and now you pissed at yourself for not having that conversation that you should have with your girl.
That's it. Decisions. It can go different ways, but it's how you handle the situation and what you do about the situation that either leads to this or does not lead to this.
And also having the capability to almost create your own movie, thinking of the different outcomes of what can happen and the results of how it can affect you, how can it affect your girl, how can it vice versa, how can it affect you, how can it affect your man, whatever the decision is, whoever you should talk to get it out there to see what you should do. It's so many twists and turns and people don't make it any better. But this was just something real quick just to say, just to put it out there about real life situations that happen. You be in a relationship talking to somebody, whatever type of time y'all are on, whatever. But things like this do happen more than what people think. And for the people that's really trying to humble themselves and really trying to work on their attitude, people that do this, you're not helping us anymore. You're not.
Blocker.
You're not helping us. We really want to be calm individuals. We really want to walk this earth with a pure heart. But sometimes you bring the beast mode out.
Why you sound like a commercial?
Because that's how you have to do that. Sometimes you bring the beast mode out.
Are you feeling pain? Can you not sleep?
For real, like you can only press a bully. Not a bully, but you can only press.
Damn, you're a bully now?
No, that's not what I'm saying. You can only press a person like it's the same thing like being in high school. Like, you can only press a person that has been bullied so much to a point to either where they're gonna come and shoot up a school, or they're gonna like take it out on you and like beat you down for real. You didn't even know they had it in them. Same type of thing. Stop pressing people's buttons and putting people in awkward situations, putting yourself in an awkward situation to where you could get locked up. It could affect your job, your abilities to get jobs. Every little thing that you do in life has consequences, has repercussions, has all of that. So it's just something to think about, especially for the people that are doing this and making other people feel awkward. Just please stop doing it. I mean, if y'all are single and it's just something about, oh, I like this person, or she like me and she like me, that's different. But if you really have people really trying to effectively do some stuff and grow together, don't do nothing to interfere with that. When you're in the same room with them and all that, like that's so toxic, y'all. Some of y'all are toxic, but it's cool because y'all like being toxic.
314 day.
Really? We ain't getting no emails or nothing either. No Chinese food.
Oh, I will bring that up when I go to work. I will bring that up. We're
no best sodas. I haven't had a soda in so long. I don't drink soda no more.
But I will bring up emos.
Yeah.
Emos will happen. It's bound to happen. I'm dead. It's bound to happen.
All right. Well, on that note, y'all, we finna roll out. Just want to get on here to give y'all some different perspectives.
No, I got a point.
Oh, go ahead.
It's bound to happen.
Good name.
The emos will happen. Bound to happen.
What's the time, y'all? We finna go. We better go, but for real, y'all think about that, okay? Real life situations, real life bull, okay?
Y'all be safe out here. You know, we rocks with y'all. Have people tune in to the lives.
Share them.
Like, subscribe, share to the channel. Rock with us. We rock with y'all.
And we'll probably be doing another video coming up, if not tomorrow, then Tuesday. So be on the lookout for that.
All right. Peace.
Peace out.